Hey people, hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. Today I wanted to make a quick little video about crafting. I know a lot of people struggle with crafting. I've seen this comment on one of Used Riddles BB's video and I couldn't help but just laugh. But yeah, just stay tuned. I'll show you guys how I make my stuff. Okay, first things first. This stuff just doesn't exist. Don't even worry about this shit. We only care about purple and up. Now, what equipment is good in the purple section? Well, there is a few ones. Fire is sort of like split between two and stuff like that, but like is what it is. But the ones that sort of stand out are ice. So ice allows for crit damage upon ice infliction. This is really good for ice teams. Even if you have grade 5 shit, for example, you know, this can still like have this can still have like some degree of use because of the crit damage. It's not a lot of crit damage, but most ice characters can inflict ice affliction themselves. So it's not a complete waste. Next up is the Earth one. This one gives 2% elemental weakness damage. Same sort of thing as ice. Just alright to have. Now, obviously, I mean, beggars can't be choosers. Like, if you can't afford any of the good sets, Gooey Gloves is always good. Gives you 3% attack as a set. And another one that's quite good, like on a base level, is the Wind Clothes, right? So Wind as a set of 4 gives 3% crit rate and 10% crit damage upon using a tag out skill. So Wind is actually particularly good. You want in your Wind teams at least this, because the 3% and the 10% actually are just like, they add up. That's like 13 crit value right there, which you're just not going to get from, say, like the Amon set, for example. This doesn't give your teammates anything. And this game is very hyper carry. But yeah, so those ones particularly stand out. None of the other ones are particularly good. So whatever ones suit what you have in your head, you know, whatever you have like the equipment for at the end of the day. Lightning is split between like this and like you doing like maybe like the slime thing, because like lightning only has like this. So yeah, and to get the mats for these, like you need to kill specific request bosses. This is Taglock, this is Lupe, and this is Spoonmonger. So make sure to kill them quite regularly. As you can see, I've got 242 fats here, so there's no chance that like I'll like use them all up making my purple gear. Now, I actually find purple gear harder to make than legendary gear, because you can sort of sneak preview more of the traits that you're going to get from legendary gear. But I'm going to show you guys how I make purple gear generally. In terms of fire, I like to go with 2 of these and 2 of these, because this gives fire res reduction and this gives crit damage. In terms of lightning, I prefer Assault Squad Leader and the Sticky Gorger, because they're just 2 attack boosts and the other ones are just sort of like stagger damage and stuff like that. Lightning doesn't really have a good set outside of their 5-star. So say I wanted to make like an ice helmet, right? What would I do? So I would go here, I'd make one, I'd see its HP and ignore it. Make one, see its attack, and I could go with attack. So I would go here, go into enhance, go into helmets, and then I would make my way down to find that attack helmet that I just made. And you might see a lot of these here, or crit rate. So I'll find that attack. So I've got attack 1 here. I give it up till 9, right? I was able to roll crit damage but I wasn't able to roll crit rate. All right. Okay, so what you ideally want, right, is I'll show you like a perfect, an almost perfect thing. So this is almost perfect, right? It's got attack, crit rate, crit damage. Ideally, you want attack, crit rate, crit damage, and either HP or defense. The resistance stats are sort of just there to brick you. And in terms of what is a good crit rate and a good crit damage, generally 12% crit rate is good and 20% crit damage is good. All right. So what I would do, you know, I've got a lot of those helmets, as you can see back there. So what I would do is I'd find the ones with crit rate, level them up to 9 crit rate or attack or crit damage, and I'd keep leveling them up until I find one with double crit rate and crit damage. Right? So let's see if I've got another one. Attack is a bonus, but isn't required. You sort of want minimal crit rate and crit damage. It might take a while. Honestly. It might take a while. So don't feel like, oh, you have that range. It sometimes takes a while, no? So I'm going to take more. Check it. HP. Check it. Defense. Check it. Crit rate. So that one's okay. So I might go and level it up. Let's see what it's like. Alright. Alright. And I've got a good one. So I've got one with crit rate and crit damage. I would consider that good enough, and I would max out the level for that piece of armor. You generally just want minimal crit rate and crit damage at least, and you'll sort of come out with at least minimal 30% crit rate and around-ish like at least 4-ish crit damage, ideally. Now, the same kind of logic just goes with the same with the 5-star conquest equipment. I would craft one and see if it's got attack, crit rate, or crit damage, but yeah, like you want a double crit rate and crit damage. So I would just keep doing that. So I found a good one. Right? Now I would just go find that helmet, the double attack crit rate one, crit damage one, and see what it's like at level 9. And as you can see, it's a deader. So as you can see, shit can happen, and it's sort of RNG, you know, but you're always going to have conquest. But the thing that you can do with the conquest stuff is you can go into here and sort of just start deleting all the bad ones, and you'll get your equipment back, right? You get some of it back, and now you can just start making more, if you know what I mean. And eventually you will get too many purple stuff, right? As you can see, I have quite a lot of purple stuff that I've made. Make sure to like lock the ones with like this, for example, and make sure to eventually select this and recycle them all for mats. But make sure to lock the ones that are perfect, okay? Just make sure the ones that are perfect are locked down, right? But other than that, that's how I make my equipment. You know, I'm not going to say I've got the best equipment in the world or anything like that, but I mean, even I made some deaders, but as you can see, eventually you can get stuff like this. Eventually, okay? Just need to hold out, right? But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. I hope this guide has been helpful. I'm sorry if this is a long and I kind of like rambled a little bit, but it is really just a process that people need to do. And it takes a little bit of time, but it is rewarding in the end. Anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you guys all next time. Ciao, ciao.